Everybody, and welcome to today's event, the Reverse Pitch, Closing the Loop on Circular Bioeconomy Innovation. We are so delighted to have you join us. Thank you for being here, and thank you to all our amazing panelists and attendees who will be joining us as well today. My name is Catriona Power. I'm the VP of Partnerships and Strategy here at Foresight Cleantech Accelerator. So today is the first day of our big event, and we have a lot lined up in our schedule. We're going to hear from Jeff Waring in a minute, who's going to provide the opening remarks from Natural Resources Canada. And then we're going to go into a quick overview on the circular bioeconomy. And then we're going to go through and hear from Ford Motors, hear from Suzano, and also Lafarge on what they're looking for in terms of bioeconomy needs. What solutions, that made in Canada, across the world, what solutions do they need to achieve a circular economy? And then we're going to close off with some housekeeping and closing remarks. We are so delighted to run this event and bring together all the, the great players working together in the circular bioeconomy innovation ecosystem across Canada and outside as well. And so if you're listening on Whova, there's a whole platform there where you can discuss, you can meet people, you can discuss collaborations, and also you can visit pitches and visit the booths as well and the exhibitors of all the people who are working to advance circular bioeconomy innovation across Canada. And so I'm going to introduce Jeff Waring. He's a Director General of Trade, Economic and Industry Branch at the Canadian Forest Service. He leads on 5 divisions: industry and innovation, economic analysis, trade and international affairs, softwood lumber, indigenous forestry, and bioheat. And his educational background includes University of Ottawa Certificate Program in Public Sector Leadership, a Master's of Arts specializing in economics, and an Honours Bachelor's in specializing in economics as well from Western University. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you to Natural Resources Canada for sponsoring us today. And we'd love to hear your opening remarks.
Great, thank you, Catriona, and good morning, everyone. Bonjour et bienvenue à tout le monde qui nous joint aujourd'hui. I'm very pleased to join this workshop from Ottawa, the traditional territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. First off, thank you very much to the team at Foresight for organizing this workshop and providing us a space to showcase the very best in Canadian know-how. I also want to recognize my colleagues at the Canadian Forest Service who have been working tirelessly to support the forest bioeconomy innovations developed right here in Canada. And may I give my utmost thanks to the Reverse Pitch workshop participants and audience members for attending virtually and for your interest in the bioeconomy. These moments where we can bring together investors, companies, researchers, and many others are more important than ever. We are seeking what seems to be extraordinary: to recover from the pandemic and to build back better, stronger, greener, and with more resilience. And we've already made remarkable progress. All Canadians can be proud of our efforts at sustainability. We are the world's leader in forest areas certified by third parties as sustainably managed. And we are here today to do even more with sustainably managed biomass, tapping the potential of our forests and building a stronger history of innovation. We can build a green future where forest biomass is an established alternative to carbon-intensive materials like plastics or textiles, and where biomass helps other sectors, such as construction, decrease their GHG footprint and improve material properties by using renewable biomass. A future where we forge strategic partnerships, attract investments, and build on the hard work and ingenuity of those joining us here today. As I said, we have made so much progress already. At the Canadian Forest Service, for example, we have played an active role in supporting forest industry transformation to adapt to changing markets, to investor requirements, and to customer expectations. This nimble approach has come to the forefront during the pandemic. Researchers in Canada, for example, are now developing non-surgical, single-use, and compostable mass made from wood fiber. And Canadian pulp is also being used to produce medical-grade paper for gowns, surgical masks, and caps. These are just the latest developments by Canada's forest sector, a sector that is built on ingenuity and innovation. Thanks to past investments, today we are transforming towards using wood in everything from cosmetics to car parts, and we're constructing buildings that are taking wood higher than ever and changing the face of our cities. All of this is adding up to an emerging circular bioeconomy as the next frontier for Canadian industry. In fact, it's a global industry expected to be worth $7.7 trillion by the end of this decade. And that's why the government is supporting a wood fiber-based car parts facility in Toronto and funding the revitalization of the country's leading nuclear research campus using mass timber. We're also supporting locally sourced renewable fuels such as wood pellets to help Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities alike reduce their reliance on diesel, keeping energy investments in these communities and strengthening the forest sector's overall resource efficiency. And once in place, the new Clean Fuel Standard will build on all of this by encouraging energy producers to increase their use of low carbon biofuels and biochemicals while reducing our emissions by up to 30 million tons over the next 10 years. And we're also doing our part in the global campaign to rid our environment of plastics pollution by supporting innovators to develop plastic alternatives such as compostable bioplastic coffee pods, paper bottle packaging solutions, and biofoams for insulation. The goal of all of these efforts to advance the bioeconomy is to support market development while accelerating the commercialization of innovative products and technologies to generate jobs and create new opportunities in rural and Indigenous communities across Canada, and to provide breakthrough solutions for a changing climate. That's also why we'll be planting 2 billion trees over the next 10 years, in addition to the 500 million trees Canadians plant every year. We're also making generational investments across the forest sector to preserve biodiversity and make greater use of harvest residues, supporting a green economic recovery that creates prosperity we all want while protecting this planet we all cherish. So this workshop is definitely a part of that effort, part of our common mission towards a net zero economy by 2050, a healthy environment, and an economy that grows sustainably and benefits everyone. I'm confident everyone here will give their best effort today and in the days to come. And together we will rise to the challenges before us, and we will find the solutions to address environmental challenges, grow our economy, and enhance the well-being of Canadians. So thank you to everyone for participating in this event today, and I look forward to the discussion. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeff. Really appreciate your comments today. So before we dive into the overview of the circular economy, what we're going to do is just quickly run through who Foresight is and what we do, and share some of the background work we've been doing in this space. So Foresight is a clean technology accelerator. We are based in Western Canada, in Vancouver, British Columbia. What we do is we help to scale technology, break down silos, and accelerate adoption of clean tech and biotechnology solutions. And how we do that is bridging partnerships between industry, SMEs, investors, and government, as well as academia. And this event today is a great example of how we do that. Why is the circular bioeconomy so interesting? We're seeing a lot of value add opportunities, and a number of companies, small SMEs and startups and researchers as well, have been coming up with new alternatives that are based out of renewable material, either from forestry, agriculture, or marine industries, that can be used, say, for example, in bioplastics, and can be used in packaging, can be used for different types of sectors. And this helps to replace fossil-based materials. It's actually a projected market of 240 billion in Canada by 2030. And it's a growing, interesting area. And also with industry, they're very engaged in this space as well. It does lend itself to quite a lot of complexity. With new products being developed, it's trying to find the right sector applications, whether that's in construction and packaging, automotive, cosmetics, or textiles. And there's a fragmented value chain as a result. And this means that we have to make the connections like we're doing today with industry, with the manufacturers, with intermediaries who are really working to develop that and scale up the solutions. And if Canada has to have an advantage in the bioeconomy space, it's better that we're communicating and that we're collaborating sooner rather than later. And this is to help meet the growing global demand. We see very large corporates such as IKEA and many others, and we're going to hear from some speakers today on where they see opportunities to introduce biomaterials and to increase sustainable content and recyclability and biodegradability of the material as well.